Since I've been on a Facebook Live, but I wanted to hop on today because of all the crazy events that are happening in our country today, and I wanted to talk about what happens when the world kind of knocks you down and things that you can do to get back up again. Uh, I am tuning in. It's nighttime. I'm in my bedroom. My husband's reading children's stories to the kids, and you know, I think what happens on days like today when the world knocks you down, there's this opportunity to kind of hold two conflicting energies at the same time, whether it's sadness and anger or outrage or for some people maybe support. Um, but I'm not going to speak to that. I'm going to speak more to if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling outraged, and yet um, as I did just a moment ago or just a couple hours ago when I heard what was going on, I sat down and I was watching TV and I was just locked in for several hours. All my plans for today just got sidelined. And then when I walked from where I work to the house that we live in, it's right next door. I looked out over the salt marsh and there were the geese and the ducks, and they were just swimming and flying. And I was like, oh, this is what happens, right? I get to hold my sadness and my anger and outrage, and yet there's also this peacefulness that can also happen and help me to just take a breath. Sometimes we forget to breathe in times like this. Um, the other thing that I have been trying to hold on to is like, when is staying informed and learning the news and being attached and watching what's going on, when is that important for me? And when does it start becoming a little obsessive? And when do I need to step away? When is it just like repeating the same stories and repeating the same videos and repeating the same things? It's like, oh, okay, wait, I've heard this. Okay, now I'm just kind of perseverating, right? Like I keep getting stuck in this loop. And so now's the time to pull back. And along with that is like, it was interesting because I came back to the house and I was like feeling on edge and a little bit like, oh my gosh, is something terrible going to happen? But like, we live at the end of my logical mind is going, we live at the end of a dead end road. There's nobody on the street. Like, nothing, truly nothing happens except for the geese and the ducks and the deer. So um, there's nothing that's going to happen here. But watching all of that just kind of like put me on alert. And so there's, we have to watch out for the stories that we tell ourselves and to be with the suffering that is. Um, there's plenty of suffering in this country right now, and and so much is coming to a head, and has been coming to a head all this past year, and I'm sure it'll continue. And so the thing I think about is like, how can I be well resourced? How can I establish fact from fiction? How can I be discerning? How can I have enough energy and bandwidth for myself and for my children and for my family and my business? And so like realizing, like, I can tell you I have a lot of pent up energy right now. I'm going to go on a walk after this because I need to burn something off. I know right after I watched my 3 hour marathon of news, I came up back and like ate a bag of chips. Like, so it's like I'm just noticing these signs of like, I've got some pent up energy. Um, I've got some I've got some stuff that I need to work out, and I need to make sure that I'm not doing the dreading, foreboding storytelling, but rather I'm staying here in the moment. It's like, yes, all this chaos is happening in the world or in our country, and I'm also sitting here in my bedroom with my husband reading children's stories right outside the door, and like, oh, that's right, I'm here. I'm not there. And so we have to kind of like hold those two truths and be in the present moment, get ourselves back in our bodies so that we can get ourselves back to being resourced. And I just want to say, like, there's so much that this brings up for me around hypocrisy, around the the graces that we give white people versus the non-graces that we give people of color. And this hypocrisy in our country requires us to really confront, to really look at the discrepancies, to look at how did the Capitol prepare themselves when the Black Lives Matter movement emerged this year strongly, and what happened when this was known. This was known. We all saw it coming, and it reminds me of that we have a reckoning. There is a reckoning that we have to come to, not just as a nation, but also as individuals around this. So I encourage you to do your work on that. If you have questions, if you want a person to talk to, if you're feeling confronted, if you're another white person who's going, this is all breaking my heart. I see the hypocrisy. I have no idea how I've been complicit, but I'm hearing that maybe I have, and I don't really know what to do about that. Like, I like no coaching needed. Just send a message, send a private message. I'm happy to have the conversation because we need to have more of these. I wish you all well tonight. Take a bath, go on a walk, drink some water, hug your family. Um, I don't know, watch a movie that you love. Like, find a way to hold the history and the reality of what's happening, but also give yourself space so you can get a good night's sleep and be well resourced for whatever comes tomorrow. Okay? Because I'll be doing the same. And I'm going to be checking the news. I know I'm going to be looking out for more. So that's going to be happening as well. But I'm also going to be treating that carefully so that I can be well resourced for tomorrow. Wishing you all the best. Love you too, Lorraine. Oh goodness, you're close. You're closer to the action than I am. Um, Goodness. All right. Peace out. I will see you all next week. Take care.